Welcome to this tutorial where we will be creating an advanced combo system with animations. It will not be relying on things like delays or integers to count things up or things like that. We will try to make a system that's scalable and flexible enough to allow you to change it up and make it more deep as you desire and have available animations for it. Anyway, let's jump into it and see what we're going to be creating today. Before we continue with the video, if you like what I'm doing here on this channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So this is what we will be creating today. We have this character who has light and heavy attack animations, and we have some text that shows up to the right of the character when it does an attack, and green for light attacks, blue for heavy attacks, and the number is symbolizing which of the different animations it does. So we have like a light attack chain combo available to us here with 3 attacks. We also have a heavy one with 3 heavy attacks that it does and can transition between. We also have the ability to transition between combining heavy and then light attacks if we want to as well. And all of this is possible with the system that we will be creating today. So here we are inside of Unreal Engine 4.26, and what we have here is a third-person character template program, template project with an Aurora character from Paragon loaded in. It's available, of course, in the Epic Marketplace for free if you want to follow along with that. And what we're going to be creating today is a simple combo system which relies on heavy attacks and light attacks. So let's start off with creating some basics for that. So we'll go to blueprints and create an enumeration and call it E_ attack types. So we open it up, we create 2 rows in it, one that's called light for light attacks and one that's called heavy for heavy attacks. And this is something we will make use of later when we want to distinguish our attacks, so we'll just close it down for now. Next up, we want to open up our character blueprint. In my case, it's the Aurora player character here, but you might have something different. And we want to be able to make use of these attacks. So actually, let's go to our project settings first. And let's set up some inputs. So we go to input and we open up action mappings. We create 2 of them. The first one we can call light combo attack. And the second one we can call heavy combo attack. And as default keys for this we can use keyboard and let's just use key 1 and key 2. That'll be fine. So we have that set up. We go to our player character and we type in light combo attack and we get the input action for that, and we create the other one, so heavy combo attack. There we go. We're going to be letting our anim instance handle most of the heavy loading or heavy lifting for us in this tutorial and this system. So what we want to do is now send this information to our anim instance, but to make it a little bit cleaner, let's create a blueprint interface for this. So we'll create the blueprint interface and call it BPI play montage. Inside of that, we'll just create a method that we call play combo montage. Like so. And then we go to our player character and we say that we want to have our mesh. We want to get the anim instance. And now that we have our blueprint interface ready, we can say play combo montage. Like so. And hook that up and create another one over here. But it doesn't know about if it's a heavy or a light attack. So let's change that by going back to the montage interface. Change the input to take one of these enumerators. So attack type we called it. So we call this attack type as well as name. Compile, save. We go back to our character and you can see that it's not showing, so we'll just right click on these nodes and click refresh node. and they should both update with the different attacks. And you can see we have light now for the light attack, and we changed the heavy attack for the heavy attack over here. So that's all we need to do in the player character for now. So let's go back to our anim blueprint now, in this case the Aurora anim blueprint. And the first thing we want to do is implement this interface that we just created. So play montage like so. Compile and save, and let's make sure that we implement this event. We can move it off over here so we have everything a little bit gathered. Then we do this, we say we want to switch. And from this we want to play an anim montage. So play anim montage, it won't show up, you can remove context sensitivity and you can get play anim montage over here. And we can copy paste this. And we have it connected like so. This needs to have a character as a reference. So we'll start off with adding our begin play. That's right. And then we'll try to get pawn. Let's remove the 2 over there. So try to get pawn owner. There we go. And then we can cast this to a character blueprint. And we promote that to a variable if it succeeds. So we'll call this our character reference. Now that we have character reference, we can hook that up to the target of both of these different. Actually, let's just use one and hook them up like so. Also see that I have named this poorly, so I'll change the spelling a little bit, like so. In addition to that, we want to have an anim montage and we want to have a start section, because we're mainly going to be relying on montage sections to drive this combo system. So what we're going to be doing is, let's create a variable and we can call this light combo attack. And we'll make it of the type name, and then we'll duplicate this and we'll create one that's called heavy combo attack. And let's duplicate these again once to get a light combo attack, but it says default light combo attack because we want to put in a system so we can reset our combos also. So this is what this will be used for. So we'll also duplicate that one, make sure that we have a heavy default heavy combo attack available there, like so. And this is so that we can reset the combos when we need them. But the light combo attack variable we plug into the light attack play montage, and the heavy combo attack to the heavy play montage. Now we're going to be making use of a very simple naming convention when it comes to this. So we're going to put some default values for default light combo attack here. We're going to be, let's compile this in case I haven't. We're going to put as the default light combo, we're going to type in light with a capital L and 01. And for our heavy, we're going to have heavy with a capital H and 01. So this will be the naming convention for our combos later on. And what we want to do is we want to start off with initializing our combo names to these names. So what we will do is we'll create an interface to make this easily accessible from all different places. Call it BPI_combos. And let's create a function that says set default combos. And it doesn't need an input at all, I believe. So we'll go back to our character and we'll say now from begin play, after we've created the, let's first add our interface we just created now. So BPI combos, and implement that. Set default combos. Let's move it over. So now we can say we want to set default combos from here. So we'll pick the message one over here. And we'll get a reference to self here so that we know that this is the object we're trying to send this message to. And what we're going to be doing here is essentially just setting the light combo to be whatever the default light combo is. And we're going to set the heavy combo to be whatever the default heavy combo is. So this means that when we start playing, we get the default values to begin with here. So that's all good. Next, we are going to look at, let's see, we go to, let's create our combo states. So this is what we will be using to actually communicate now between the animation and the animation blueprint. So we'll go to blueprint and we'll type in anim state and you'll get an anim notify state here. So we click that one and select. We'll call it bp underscore combo notify state. We open that one up and we want to click here to override functions for the notify begin, and we also want to do it for the notify end. And in addition to that, we want to create two variables. So we'll create one, make it a name, and then we'll create another one. We'll name the first one, come on, next light combo, and we'll name the other one next heavy combo. Like so. And what we want to do now is on the receive notify end, we want to get from the mesh component, want to get its anim instance, and we want to set the defaults because this is when notify has ended, so we no longer want to have, we want to reset the combo essentially. So that's why we have it as an interface, so we can easily access that from over here without doing any casting or anything like that, and then we say that the return value should be true over there. On notify begin, we're going to do similar things, although a little bit different. We're going to get the anim instance again here, but we're going to be needing another function here. So we'll go to our BPI combos, and we will add a function called set next combo segment. Yeah, that's fine name. And we want to take two inputs here. Both of them are going to be name. We're going to call the first one light combo and the other one heavy combo. And this might be a lot at once, but I'll go through everything in the end to make sure that you understand all of the stuff that we're going through. But essentially, so this allows us to communicate now that we want to have this information sent. So in our blueprint now, we have another function or event that we can implement here. So set combo segment, we'll implement it. This one is very simple. We're just going to set our light combo attack to be whatever we get in from the light, and heavy combo attack to be whatever we get in from the right. Left and right, but yeah, what am I talking about? The heavy go to the heavy and the light go to the light. I don't know what I said there, I'm sorry. Like so. And then we can also move all of this so it's hanging together with everything else. And that's all that function needs. So now we can go to our notify state again, and we can call on this next combo segment. And this combo segment will be sending in the information that we have in these variables. So next light combo and next heavy combo. Then we're going to say that we are done with the notify state like so. Now we're done with the notify state. So how are we going to make use of this now? Well, to begin with, we need to create our montage now. This character that I have imported, our Aura character, has a bunch of animations available to it. So if we go in here, we see that we have some abilities on the E key, on the R key, on the Q key, and we also have some other things here. So if we were to play some of these, you can see we have a bunch of different abilities which we can use to simulate that we have light and heavy attacks for different things. Now you can make use of other variables and animations if you want here, but if you follow along like this, it might be easier for you if you want to experiment later. To begin with, let's go to our Aurora anim blueprint, or your anim blueprint that you're using, and let's check out the anim graph here, because this one, just before the pose here, we want to add, make sure that we have a slot. So we type in a slot, we get a default slot, and this is what we will be using to playing our anim montage. So we have that in place. Next, we go and right click on one of these animations, doesn't matter which one, we create an anim montage from it. Let's call it combo montage. Opening this combo montage up, we can now see that it's playing in the default slot that we had before. And what we want to do now is we want to drag in a bunch of animations that we want to make use of. So I'm going to drag in the ability Q, I'm going to drop it over here. We're going to get the ability R, we're going to drop it over here. I know there are some that are called something like primary attacks. Here, primary attack C. We can drag in, okay, so they're called, we have a primary C there, we have a primary A here, so let's drag in the A first. Let's drag in the B, primary attack B, and finally let's drag in primary attack C. Now if we stop this playing and look at these animations a little bit, we can see that these animations over here in the end are sort of, actually not. It seems like they are not quite in order. It seems like possibly this one starts like so. Okay, so it seems like, okay, I've gotten B before C here for some reason. There we go. So if we look at them now then, that's not what I wanted to do. If we look through them now, we have A, B, and C. And that looks like a fine combo chain. So we can make use of that as our light attacks. And this will symbolize our heavy attacks then. And again, you can make use of your own attacks and animations here later on if you want. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to create our montage sections. So here the naming convention comes back. So light 01 is going to be what we call our first light attack. Light 02 is going to be what we call our second light attack. Light 03 is going to be what we call our third light attack. And that's how that is set up. Now equally we do the same over here. So this one to the left here we can rename to heavy 01. And then we'll create another one which we call heavy 02. Make sure that you have the same naming convention all throughout so you don't run into any problems or mistakes. Heavy 03. And make sure that you align them to where the animation starts. Next, you can see over here that we have a chain, meaning that if we were to play this animation, all of them would play in sequence. We don't want that. We only want them to be like their own modular little part. So we will be clicking on all these arrows and removing the links so that they are all standing on their own. So we have now 6 different ones. So if we were to play anywhere, they would just be playing that part. That's what we want. And now our notify states that we created come into play. So if we were to go in here and we add a notify state, we have our notify combo state here. We can drag out how long this is supposed to last from. And this is essentially going to be our window where we're allowed to transition to a different part of the combo. So in this instance here, approximately the second half of this combo would allow us to use a heavy attack again, and it would transition into the second attack then. And how does it transition? Well, by clicking this notify state we have. No, we don't. We haven't done that. Let's go back to our notify state. Make sure to click on these symbols over here so we have like eyes open. That means that they're instance editable over here. Now if we go back here, we can see that we have both these variables available. So now we can say that from our first heavy attack, we are able to transition with a heavy attack to heavy 02. So that means that if we click heavy button here, it will go from heavy 1 to playing heavy 2. And similarly, we can do that again. Like so. And we can say that the third attack, or if we press a heavy again, we're gonna get heavy 3 be playing. I think that might be it. We can try and see if this works now. So 2 key is doing nothing. Let's see. Let us go to our animation blueprint. We see that we don't have an any montage chosen here, so let's make sure that we have our combo montage in both of these. Compile and save and try again. Okay, so now we see that the animation is playing. So this is the first attack, the first heavy attack. If we were to press again in the end of it, you can see that it changes to the second animation. If we play the first, second, and third, we get all 3 animations. So that's how they transition. So now essentially everything is in place for this to work. And we can now equally go and do the same over here. So we add a notify state for our light attack. And we drag it out. And we say it should go from light 01 to light 02. And for that last one, it should go to light 03. Let's see if that works. So we have the light attack, so it's second attack, and I missed the third one. So light, light, light. That's something's going wrong there. Let's see what's happening. I typed in light 02, it should be 03. Try it again. So first attack, second attack, third attack. So now all the combos are allowing. And we're essentially finished here now. However, now we can go through and see what kind of depth we can create with this. Because this allows you to not only have the transition from heavy, heavy, heavy. You can also have the transition of, for example, if you go heavy, heavy, and then this is the second heavy, we can say that what happens if we press the light attack here? Well, we can go to light 03, for example. So if we were to go back now and we play, and let's see if I can time this properly. Heavy, now heavy again, heavy, and then light. So I'm not sure it was completely easy to see there, but also it's a little bit difficult. If we make these bit larger so they cover pretty much the whole duration of the animation, that should not allow me to miss anything. So we know these attacks that are standing like this, these are all the light attacks essentially. And the heavy attacks are the ones that are very big and flourishy. So if we do 2 heavy and a light, we should see that she does a normal standing attack as the third attack. So heavy, heavy, and light. So you see that it transitioned properly. And here you have really a large amount of depth available to you, because you can easily change around how a combo is supposed to work. If you don't like one specific segment, you can choose a different segment for one of the keys, or you can change them around to be like, I don't want this primary attack to be here, I want this one to be here and stuff. So you can very easily change the combat sequence of your combos. And you also have the ability to set in infinite combos, like heavy attack should go into heavy attack 2, which goes into heavy attack 2 repeatedly. For example, if I change it like so, then we could repeatedly keep doing heavy attack 2 here if we wanted to. Or you can have transitions where it goes like heavy, heavy, and then you can go into light, light, and this light can go into this heavy again, which allows you to again go heavy, heavy, light, and yeah, you see, you can build very complex systems with this setup essentially. So I hope that was useful and easy to follow. But no, before I leave you, I should probably go through the whole sequence of things also. Let's start from the beginning. What happens? We have an input set up for a light combo attack and a heavy combo attack. Regardless of which one we do, we're sending that message to our anim instance about what kind of combo we have done. Our anim instance receives that we have played an attack. It will say, depending on the light or heavy attack, that we should play either the light combo attack segment or heavy attack combo segment. And it's using the same anim montage for these. And these are being populated first. When we begin play, we're setting our defaults here, so we get our default light one and heavy one. After that, these two values are populated from the event over here, which is set the next combo segment. And this one is only called from our combo notify state on the begin over here. So every time when we enter a notify state, we go in and set what the next combo is. And these are the two values that we're setting inside of these two parameters on each of the combo states here then, because these represent these blueprints over here. So that's how we communicate. We go from the player character communicating to the instance that it has done an attack. The attack starts playing the anim montage that it deems is the one that it should be playing. The anim montage in itself has the notify state to let the anim state know which is the next attack if we get a button press. What is the light attack? What is the heavy attack? And then it continues doing that as long as, of course, these setups allow it. And then whenever an animation goes out of scope, so too much time has gone, meaning that we reach the end of the notify state, we will call the set default combos again here, which allows us to go back into the start of the combo again. So that's the whole general flow of the combo system. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you did not like it, leave a dislike. Leave any suggestions or comments you have down below. Subscribe and share this video if you want to see more like it in the future. That is all for now. Keep on learning. Take care.